Hi, it's Megan from Channel Megan, and welcome back to my channel. So I thought we'd do a quick flip through of what I've been working on recently. And just because of work commitments recently, I've been neglecting my journal a lot the last couple months, and I spent the last couple of weeks trying to get caught up where I could. And I've taken it out already, but you can see that my TN has become super chonky, and that's not even with this insert inside. The other two inserts are for work, so I can't really show much, but like, look at that, it's chonky. Yeah, so just to make it a little bit easier for us, I'm just touring the crown jewel. So I have this set aside. I got this at St. Mark Cafe, or Chokokuro, and you can see that the Halloween season is here. Maybe I can insert a photo so you can see what the pastry looked like. But it's always fun when they dress up the packaging for the season. And yeah, so this is the Kyoto limited insert. It's advertised as being green tea leaf paper. You open it, and then I started making 90s inspired designs with green and purple. And then this ended up being way too relevant because there had been a couple events that I'd been late to this month, which is really out of character for me because I'm always punctual. In fact, I'm usually early, but things happen and I was late, and yeah. This is dated as 2023, so technically it's not out of date, but I did get this insert last year. And I still have two more that are marked as 2023, so it's probably going to spill into 2024 for sure. But and then so this watercolor test was from last year. I was testing out the Sakura Petite watercolor set, and then I started to decorate with materials that were left over from my Traveler's Caravan spiral ring notebook. This is from a sushi sandwich. And I'm not kidding when I say it's a sushi sandwich. It's not sushi. It's not a rice ball, but it's a sushi sandwich. If you go to any of the JR stations, the major ones, they'll have like a Belmart kiosk store, and you can get assorted snacks and bento lunches and things. And among the things that they sell are sushi sandwiches, and it's exactly as described. It's a sushi sandwich. They're very convenient, and like, it's kind of fun. Even some of the locals got confused when I mentioned it, and like, they would say, sushi sando, doyu koto? Like, what do you mean, sushi sandwich? Like, honto ni, sushi sandwichi da yo. Like, it's really a sushi sandwich. And yeah, they're fun, they're convenient. And then I was testing out my Japanese watercolor palette, traditional Japanese colors. I don't want to focus too much. Spoiler alert, maybe like I'll put something over that, but like upcoming videos that you'll expect. So I started to catch up on what I did this summer. You would have seen my LoFt video, which documented the closure of the store in downtown Nagoya. If you haven't seen it, I'll maybe put like a link in the description box below, or I put an what is it called? iCard somewhere on the screen, or like a video card so you can watch that. But like, yeah, and then I was just documenting my memories from LoFt. And then I mentioned that I got to meet Shigesato Itoi back in 2018. I got this notification from YouTube that my summer recap is here. So I took those pages and actually printed them out. So we're gonna quickly jump to the back, and then I made this pocket and an additional journal. And we have the Heisei marble chocolate. It's supposed to be marble chocolate, not Marvel chocolate, so it's a typo there. Maybe it was deliberate, I don't know. But like, yeah, I made it from a stationery set. Maybe I have it nearby. Yeah, so this one came from a stationery envelope, and I pasted it to Kent paper and made it into a pocket. Overseas, if you can't buy Kent paper, regular construction paper will work just fine for that purpose. But yeah, like everything about this packaging strikes me as very vintage. I think this really is from the 1990s, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But it does look very 90s, and it fits in so well with my journaling. So we have this YouTube recap, and this is what I've been listening to this summer. So we got the summer recap for 2023, and for this summer, my top track was Yaya by the Moffatts. It's posted by a fan-based channel called M-Ace. So this, I believe, was maybe one of their first takes, and it's not going to be the one on the B-sides playlist that they have on their channel. The B-sides playlist version has some record scratching, what is it called? This version doesn't have that. It's just the straight up acoustic version, and I don't know, I just seem to enjoy it a lot more without all the extra effects. It's really nice to hear music stripped down to the basics, so then you can play it as a layperson, and then hopefully someday reach that level of professionalism. You know, a girl can dream. The next video on that playlist is All I Need Is You by the Moffatts, of course, and that's just such a beautiful track. I really wish it made it to one of the main albums. I hope that Music Travel Love will re-record this track, maybe have like a reunion with the band, because that would be amazing. Like, chef's kiss, beautiful. If you had been reading my Dream With vlog, I mentioned that I figured out the song on guitar by ear, and I'm super excited about that. So there's that, and then hopefully we're still in frame. Yes, okay. The Modern Mixtape 2023 Summer Recap, YouTube Music. And I wrote this in gel pen. And then I wrote Bringing Back Analog Technology in the Modern World. It's kind of hard to read this through my viewfinder, but yeah. Bringing Back Analog Technology in the Modern World. Yeah, I really like that. I miss the mixtape. I hope that at some point I can go back to my parents and maybe fish through some of my old childhood boxes, because it'd be really cool to go back and digitize some of my old mixtapes with all the DJ stuff still in. That'd be such a cool rabbit hole to go down, but like, can't really do that right now. But someday down the line, you might find that on my channel. And then we got a summary of what I've been listening to. I don't want to read all of this word for word, so you're welcome to maybe freeze this and read this on your own. Lots of memories associated with all of these songs. I'm talking like right to the camera, so I'm gonna maybe adjust But hopefully we're still in frame. Okay. Okay, so like, yeah, a lot of memories associated with these tracks. So we'll just go through the highlights. The Moffatts, of course, just classic. Cimorelli is a band that I discovered maybe within the last year, and they're super cool because they talk about mental health and the importance of talking about mental health issues, and they have regular podcasts talking about their struggles in life, and I just really appreciate their uplifting positivity in their music. And their most recent release on their main channel, Skin, I was shook when I heard that song. I can't recommend it enough, but like I do have to mention that there's like a content warning for sure, that you're probably going to be triggered in some way, because they cover a lot of topics, a lot of difficult mental health topics in that video. And yeah, like the first time I watched it, I was just bawling my eyes out, and I'm sure a lot of you watching are going to be moved by this video too. But anyway, so that's Cimorelli. Can't recommend them enough. Next is Green Day. I'm not sure how Green Day ended up so high on the list. Maybe that was from me practicing Time of Your Life. That's probably it. I don't know. And then I was surprised that Music Travel Love dropped to number 4, but they're still in my top 5. And then Aqua, of course, made it to my list because of the Barbie movie this year, but I didn't actually see it. I just listened to Barbqcue. Hopefully the Barbie movie will come to streaming services soon. There's a lot of great movies in theater right now, but like going to the movies is very much a luxury, especially in this economy. So my top summer tracks on YouTube Music, we've got Yeah by the Moffatts. After that is Misery by the Moffatts, of course. That's another song that I've also been rehearsing a lot. Of course, All I Need Is You by the Moffatts. After that is Barbie Girl by Aqua. I'm surprised it made it to number 4. And then number 5 is Skin by Cimorelli. And then my favorite live performance of the summer is Misery by the Moffatts. I want to say this is circa the year 2000, based on the length of Scott's hair. What was I going to say? I think I've been reviewing this particular performance just so that I could master Misery on guitar. Rehearsing that song a lot. And then of course, like throughout this mini journal I've created and logging memories, my favorite memories from the 1990s. And then on YouTube Music, we've got independent music, pop music, rock music, heavy metal music, and Hanukkah music as my top 5 summer genres. It's kind of random, isn't it? I don't want to say too much, but basically, like, holidays throughout the year came up as a topic at my work, and then I also introduced Hanukkah as part of that, so that's probably why that's showing up on my list. Just saying. But yeah, I think that's cool to introduce like different religions and traditions to your students, especially if you're teaching overseas. Favorite memories, and then the back side is the full summary of what I've been listening to. My top summer artists, once again, are the Moffatts, Cimorelli, Green Day, Music Travel Love, and Aqua. My top summer tracks are Yeah by the Moffatts, Misery by the Moffatts, All I Need Is You, also by the Moffatts, Barbie Girl by Aqua, and Skin by Cimorelli. With my total listening time coming to a whopping 1,556 minutes. So yeah, there it is, and that just chills out in the back of my notebook. And then yeah, so that's the YouTube summer recap. Pretty neat. And then at the beginning of September, I went to see the Mission Impossible movie with a friend. This was the freebie that we got when we went to see the movie. Ticket stub. And then we went for German food at Nagoya Station once the movie was over. Some journaling on the back, reflections on the movie. But basically, I went into the movie expecting it to be a re-release of the 1996 movie. And then all of a sudden, the characters on screen are talking about social media and AI. And I'm like, these weren't a thing in 1996. Well, maybe AI was like behind the scenes, but it definitely wasn't discussed in the public consciousness very much. And then I met my friend at the Nana-chan doll. It's a huge landmark at Nagoya Station. It's a great place to meet, which is very iconic. And then her dresses and clothes change depending on the promotions in the area. So it's a big, oversized doll. Some more journaling about like what I did before meeting up with friends. Just walking around Tokyo Hands and just looking at stationery. and I journaled about why I'm not buying new stationery right now. So use up what you have. Don't hoard things. What else? So basically, gel pens especially have a shelf life. And the inks in gel pens can expire anytime between 2 and 4 years. And from what I was able to find online, most gel pens, excuse me, most gel pens are water-based and they can dry out over time. So use up your gel pens. Don't hoard them until they expire and then you can't use them because that sucks. So I just added this one today. And this kind of piggybacks off of the movie day where I talked about some of the available movies. And among the movies that you can watch in Japan this fall is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. And I journaled here about some of my memories in elementary school. We're not going to go into that in like too much detail, but like, and just to show the original poster. When you go to movie theaters in Japan, you can get posters for the upcoming movies. And you can also buy merchandise in a store for the current movies that are being promoted. So the 90s are back. I love it so much. And as I said, like, going to the movies these days definitely is a luxury with the rise in ticket prices and food concessions. It's very hard to justify going to movies these days. So maybe I'll watch them on streaming or something. But I still appreciate having the poster. So there's that. And then this is another movie. It's called Boy Meets Girl. And I think it's about like a mixed race couple. And maybe it was a Japanese person who was dating an exchange student from the Philippines. It looks like a really artsy movie. I can't really read much of the kanji, but like if anybody knows what the story is, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. But yeah, like there's a story if you want to freeze that and have a look. So I just thought it looked really cute. I love the graphic design. Don't have anything else added yet, but we got some blank pages. And then just to quickly show some of the other posters. The Super Mario Brothers movie is here. The original Super Mario Brothers movie that tanked in its original box office release. But I think it's become a cult classic now, so yeah, there's that. It's gonna be so fun to put in my journal layout. So there's that one, and then James Bond is also back. That's super cool. I never saw any of the James Bond movies back in the day. As with the Mission Impossible movies, I've never seen any of the Mission Impossible movies. So going into the theater and expecting it to be a re-release, I was super confused. But yeah, like one of these days to just marathon all these old movies on a streaming service, that'd be so fun. And then the last poster I got is for Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So it looks like it's not scheduled to release in Japan until December. Just look at that. It's going to look so cool against the purple background and everything. So there's that. And then here's Nana-chan. I printed out the photo so I can journal about Nana-chan. I got this ice cream, and the staff recommended that I have the ice cream in a cup, and I said, no, it'll be fine. No, she wasn't kidding. That ice cream had to be served in a cup because it was so messy. And yeah, I think this was honey and lemon. It was really good though, as messy as it was, but yeah, definitely. Oops. Some snacks, meal that I got at Mr. Donut. Got a hot dog and donuts. This one wasn't quite a donut. I think it was like a potato filling, like a special release. Some reflections of the week, more journaling. This is the package from a place called Vie de France. It's like a restaurant bakery place. And I have this watercolor paper just chilling in there so that I can paint the butter roll that I ate. So that'd be kind of fun, interactive. This is a lot of like journaling, reflecting on what happened to me during that week, but like basically I think someone got confused. I don't want to get into too much detail, like as frustrating for me as that situation was. Like I can't help but feel bad for them. Someone, to make a long story short, someone got their accounts compromised. We're looking at like their banking stuff, their Patreon stuff, Discord stuff, and she somehow got it into her mind that I had something to do with it. I didn't. And it was like, what are you talking about? And then I guess another user on the community had tagged my name by accident, and she took this as proof of my guilt. I'm not even sure. And I tried to tell her, but she wouldn't listen to me. And then I have my Discord settings set to block messages, DMs from people who are not friends, just because I had issues with spam in the past. And somehow this individual was able to bypass those security settings and call me. And of course I declined the call. And it was like you're being super aggressive, based on really no evidence of anything. And it was like what do you say? I couldn't have a rational conversation with this person, and I don't know. It was bad. Like, someone's coming at you like that. Do you pick up the call? I think most people wouldn't. And then in her mind, she took that as a second strike, that if I wasn't the hacker, I would have taken the call. But like, I don't know what was going on. People who were involved in that situation mentioned that this individual has caused issues before. And it's not uncommon for people to not, how do you say, like, it's not uncommon, what am I trying to say? It's not uncommon for people to become less proficient with technology as they get older. Yeah, like, and it's true, even like in my late 30s, I had students who were playing with Beyblades, and I didn't know how to assemble one, and I got laughed at so much because I couldn't figure it out. And then I was also turning the toy the wrong way to play. So yeah, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, you really need to find the facts before you start making accusations. And it's like, if you can't have a rational conversation with someone, what do you do? Do you keep fighting with them, or do you walk away? So I chose to walk away. I blocked her, and I haven't heard from her since. And yeah, like, the takeaway from that is to kind of like use your discernment. It's really important. If you find that you're not able to be heard by someone, if they're not listening to what you're saying, if they're not validating what you're saying, if these arguments keep going in circles, don't drive yourself crazy. You have to do what's best for you. Walk away from the situation. So that's what I did. But yeah, so that's that. That's what I journaled about. And then this was game night. We played a game of Dead or Alive, and when it was asked where it was going to be set, someone said in a recording studio, and I said set in the 1990s, and then someone else said in Sweden. So that's what we ended up going with. And then this is the comic that I started based on that game night. I think it's super fun. We have this character, the chair lady. She's building chairs on demand, and the producer says, "Why do we have a carpenter in our studio?" Well, you know, the bands that come through, they often ask for chairs, so I make chairs, and it's super cute. And then my character is this super annoying fangirl who managed to sneak in. So there she is, and she's just being super annoying. And then, sit down, and move your chair around. Sit down, and move your chair around. So that's parody of the Backstreet Boys based on a real childhood memory. Those who get it, bonus points to you. So yeah, there's that. We got that reference to Much much on demand. We got chairs on demand. I think it's super fun. We started a stamp rally in Nagoya. Like, stamp rallies never happen in Nagoya. And we finally have one. And I got one at Motoyama and Kanayama. I think there's like 101 of them that you can collect. And I'm not sure how long it's on for. Maybe between like now and December or something like that. And then there's the end of the comic. I started to add some more pages in. Went out to Osaka with a friend for like an international festival that focused on Asian food from different countries, including the Philippines, Taiwan, Thailand, China. I think Mongolia might have been there. I'm not quite sure. And I wrote about some of the performances there. And it was so hot, too. We think that the setup could have been better planned because the performers were stuck right in the sun with no tent. And we overheard some of the performers as they were getting off stage. That's it. Oh, it's too hot, they say. Like, yeah. Yeah, like, it was a good experience, but not... The venue could have been much better, for sure. And then there were more, like, traditional performances indoors. So I did that. I left the section to illustrate the food that we had. This was from the earlier week. Basically, it should go maybe here. But... that's okay. This is the gaming cup noodle, and it's advertised as being a cup noodle that has caffeine in it. It has a jolt of caffeine, and I just love the cup design, and I kept the lid as like a souvenir. I think it's brilliant. And then this was from this weekend. We went to a party. This was like after the food event in Osu. And then, yeah, we had this party. But before I went to the party, I went clothes shopping for a wardrobe refresh. But, yeah, plan to journal about my purchases there. Got some cargo pens that I saw at Nico and... at a discounted price, and I'm like super happy about it. Maybe I can insert a photo here or something. But yeah, so this brings us up to date where we are. And just this one insert alone is getting so chunky. Look at that. I love this so much. So let's do like something for our thumbnail. As a final thought, I really hope that my parody of the Backstreet Boys doesn't get copyright claimed. I would be so angry if that happens. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.